Hello, welcome to a new DEX from the Graphic Design School. My name is Anouk and this tutorial will show you how to create a flat icon with a long shadow and a cutout look. We will do this in Adobe Illustrator. Make sure you read the brief so you know the design goals, the constraints and the allocated time. And as you see, the brief contains an exercise for all levels, so just follow this video and then choose the level that fits you. Well, this is a nice example of a series, an icon series on the subject of Star Wars. And I'm going to use an icon for a little polar bear, one of my favorite animals. So just choose a subject that's of interest to you and make sure you develop an icon on the face or the head of the animal. So in this example you can on some of them clearly see that cut out and then folded effect here in the middle and the long shadow. So that's something we are going to create in this DEX as well. Well, I started to look for a photo of a little polar bear and I thought this one was good because it's looking straight at me, so I got a good view of his head. I then made a very basic sketch of his head and took that into the computer, and I wanted to find some nice colors that I could use for my color palette. Let me show you here. Just have to show this layer. So for the color palette I chose 4 colors. 2 are very off-white and a darker one for the eyes and the nose. And I wanted to use blue for the background color that we are going to create. And that's based on that beautiful blue color that you always see in that very clear ice water. So let's start. I already prepared something. This is the face, the head of the polar bear that I'm going to use. And I have the colors here. So if you have your colors ready, you can easily select them all and then put them in your swatches. New color group. We'll name this icon polar bear. Okay, and you can see them here. So now we have the colors that we're going to use for the icon right there. So these I no longer need. Put them away. And we need a background. So I already created a canvas. I made an artboard which is 210 millimeters, a square. Let's put that in the middle here. Put this to the side for now. And I'm going to create the background first. And I want to do that on a separate layer. So I'm going to create a new layer. So you go to your layers panel. If you can't see your layers panel on the right side, you can find it here, window, and then here, layers. So I'm going to create a new layer. I'll name that background. Okay. I'm going to put that one to the front where I'm going to build the icon, and then this is the background. Let's make a square, the exact same size as the canvas. It's already on the blue that I wanted to use, which is from my color palette. There you go. Okay, that's great. Then I'm gonna just make sure it's not on the right layer yet. So I'm just gonna, it is still selected. Yep. Command X to cut. And I want it to be on the layer of the background. Paste. Just pop it there. Okay, cool. So now it's on the right layer. I'm just gonna lock it. We won't need to change anything there for now. And I'm going to go back to the layer for the icon design. So I already prepared my polar bear. So I'm going to move in the middle. Okay, so this is the polar bear. But what we want to do is, so these are all basic shapes, not too complicated. But now we need to add that effect of a cutout and then a fold in the middle. I will show you like we have here. So you can see it here really clearly. There's a fold and then that side becomes a bit darker. So let's start with that. Move this to the side. The main outline, so the main shape is this circle from the face and the ears. So I'm gonna select both. Just gonna group it. Group. I'm gonna copy it. Gonna paste it, Command V. And I'm gonna make it a whole. So it becomes one shape. Go to Pathfinder. And then here, shape mode. Now it's one shape. We'll move it exactly over the bear. Now I'm going to create another shape because I only need half of it, the right side, as the light will be shining from the left. This side will be a bit darker if you fold it. So I'm going to get my pen tool out, that's P. And I want it to be the exact middle. Hold Shift to create a straight line. I'm just going to move around it. Okay. Then I'm going to go to Selection tool. You can also use V as a shortcut. And I want to select, hold Shift, select the outline of the bear's head. And I only want to keep this part. So we go to Pathfinder. And we go here. There we go. Now we have this part. And that's the part that needs to become a bit darker. So I will go here to swatches, make it black, then go to transparency, probably around 20, maybe that's a bit too dark, I can make it a bit lighter. You can see that this part of the face, all the colors got a bit darker. Just gonna see how much, play around with that, how much you want it to get darker. Probably this is okay, around 11. Okay, so now you can see it looks like there's a fold in here. And the light is shining on this side and this side becomes a little bit darker. Just gonna make it a little bit lighter. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so now we have the effect of the cutout and you can see the fold here in the middle. Now we're gonna create that really long shadow. We're gonna group this, group. Okay, now I'm gonna copy it 2 times. That's Command C. Then I'm gonna paste it behind, that's Command B. Copy again, Command C. paste it behind, Command B. I'm going to show you in the layers. This is the layer with the icon. Let's click this little one so it shows you I've got 1, 2, 3 all behind each other. The first one, the one on top, I'm not going to need for now. I'm going to keep that. I'll just pop it away, lock it, so I can't change it by any accident. The other two, this one and that one, we're going to use to create the shadow. Click on both. So these are both now green, so they're both selected. And I'm going to make them black. Totally black. Okay. Go back to the layers. Now I'm going to go to the bottom one, that's this one. Selected it, you can see that here it's green. I'm going to move it away. And we need to create a really long shadow that goes outside of the box. So this one needs to be here. And then the shadow will go like this. Okay. Now we have that one, and we're going to select, hold Shift, that one. Go to the blend tool, that's here on your left side. Let's see. I'm going to specify the distance, the steps. Put that on specified steps 150. Okay. Now go to Object, Blend, Make. There we go. I'm sorry, I forgot one step, because now you can see it's going from black to black. So the shadow is created, but it's not fading out. What I forgot is to make that one transparent, so I'm going to do that. We'll go to the selection tool, V. I just selected this little bear, transparency. Gonna make that 0. There we go. Okay, go back a level. There we are. So now you can see that the shadow is fading away to nothing. But now we cannot see our original bear, so go to Layers. And now I'm gonna bring back the original one here. Now you can see that we have this big long shadow going out. What we also can do, I think it's a bit too dark, especially with the colors that I used. So I'm selecting the blend and I'm going to make it a lot lighter. Go to transparency. I think that's much better, maybe even more. Yeah, that looks much better. And I'll pop this one on multiply. Okay. So play around. It also depends on the colors that you're using. If you want to make it lighter or darker. But you can easily play around with it here, as you can see. Yeah. Okay. So now we created the fold and the long shadow. The only thing I still need to do, I'm gonna move that one in a bit. But now I don't want to have this out there, outside the box. So what you can do is make sure you are still on the right layer, top layer. Yep, okay. Create another square. That fits the canvas. There you go. Select that square that you just made and the blend. Shift, click. Now both are selected. Go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. And now you can see it stops here on the border. Now there's one thing still not right, and that's that the blend is now on top of the original polar bear. So we're going to fix that. Go to Layers. We need to find the blend. So the blend is here on top. You can see that here in the little icon as well. I'm going to move that down below. And now the polar bear is on top of the blend. And we got the original color back. So that is it. As you can read in the brief, there's different levels, so pick the one that fits you. So some of you will create a range of several icons. In that case, make sure to think about the ways the different icons connect to one another and use a similar shadow to create unity. Good luck! Don't forget to share your icons. We love seeing your work and it's a great way to inspire each other. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye!